going, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Madison Hill, and yes, it's time for another Pop Off with Madison. For today's Pop Off, I'm going to be talking about this absolutely explosive tell-all interview about Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde. You guys, their ex-nanny of 3 years sat down with the DailyMail and did this huge tell-all interview, giving us the tea on Jason and Olivia's tumultuous breakup. Apparently, it did not happen, at least the nanny's claiming that it did not happen like Olivia has been saying. This nanny is claiming that Olivia was with Jason when she started her relationship with Harry Styles. There was also this alleged really big fight over a salad. I'm sure you guys have seen people talking about this online. I'm sure you've seen the memes. Essentially, my whole goal, and you guys know this, I want to save the House of Hill time. I'm the one who should be reading the long exclusive interviews. That way you guys don't have to. And I want to fill you in on the biggest tea-filled takeaways. That way when you see people talking about Olivia, Jason, and a salad and Harry Styles, you're like, oh no, I know exactly what people are talking about, and I didn't even have to read the whole freaking article. So I'm definitely going to be filling you in on all of the tea that you need to know from this DailyMail article. But first, you guys, because this is the first technical pop-off of the week, I know we talked about Selena and Haley on Sunday, but I want to go ahead and check in and see how the House of Hill is doing. So let me know how you are, what you've been up to, all of that good stuff down below, you guys. Me personally, this was the first weekend that I actually had time to just kind of sit and chill. I spent some much needed time with my family. Things finally slowed down a little bit. I feel like I've been going like crazy. And as great as it is to finally slow down and have a second, I will say the only, I guess, potential downfall, but it's not really a downfall because it needs to happen, is that I've actually had a moment to just kind of really reflect and have a second to really process everything that's happened lately with my own personal life and grieving. And it's a journey. And I don't want to go into it too much because I want this channel to be somewhere where you guys go when you need some positive light during your day. I always want to be a positive light in people's lives, so I don't want to harp on this too much because obviously I'm having to deal with this, but just wanted to let you guys know that there is beauty in being busy, but there's also beauty in slowing down, because then it really does make you sit back, reflect, and kind of just process everything that's going on. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop myself there because like I said, I want to be a positive light for you guys. So straight to the tea, people. I know you're ready for me to get right into this DailyMail article, so go ahead and drop this time code down there in the comments to help out your fellow straight to the tea people. And now let's go ahead and get straight to unwrapping these Olivia Wilde, Jason Sudeikis, and Harry Styles facts. Okay, so as I mentioned, Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis' ex-nanny of 3 years sat down and spoke to the DailyMail in this very explosive article that was published yesterday. Now, the first major thing you need to know from this article is the fact that the nanny says Olivia basically lied to the public about when her relationship with Jason Sudeikis ended. Now, real quick, a little background information for you guys. Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis were together for 9 years. They were engaged for the majority of their relationship, and they share 2 children together. And Olivia claims that they ended their relationship in early 2020. Now, if you guys remember, Olivia Wilde sat down and did an interview with Vanity Fair prior to her film Don't Worry Darling being released. And during this interview, she just tried to clear up a lot of rumors that were out there about her. One of those rumors was that she cheated on Jason Sudeikis with Harry Styles, or there was some overlap with Jason and Harry. And Olivia Wilde called those rumors absolute, quote, horse. She said that her relationship with Jason was long over before she ever started dating Harry Styles. However, their nanny is telling the DailyMail that that is not the case. The nanny has a completely different timeline than Olivia Wilde. According to the nanny, Olivia and Jason's relationship did not end until 10 months later than Olivia told the public. The nanny claims that Olivia ended her relationship with Jason just 1 month into shooting Don't Worry Darling. In fact, you guys, this nanny says that up until early October of 2020, so again, way after Olivia told the public that she ended things with Jason, Olivia was going around saying that she wanted to marry Jason. She had plans on making her daughter the flower girl. And then she started filming Don't Worry Darling later that month, and everything changed. The nanny said all of a sudden Olivia was coming around and she was very giddy after she started working with Harry Styles. That's the word she used. And the nanny talked about how once she started filming and spending time with Harry, Olivia just slowly started spending more time, quote, working in Palm Springs, shooting the film. And it got to the point that eventually Olivia stopped coming home. She ended up getting a room and living at a hotel in Palm Springs. The nanny says that she told Jason it was due to COVID, but obviously now that all of this has come out, they're assuming that she wanted to stay in Palm Springs to be with Harry Styles. The nanny also went on to claim that Olivia did not officially call things off with Jason until the 8th of November in 2020. The nanny claims that Olivia broke up with Jason at the home they share in Los Angeles, again on November 8th, and she says that Jason was completely quote, blindsided. The nanny went on to claim that when she went back to work on the 9th, so again, the next morning after the breakup, she said, quote, when I came back from a weekend off, he was crying a lot, talking about Jason, crying and crying. I didn't know what had happened at all. After I'd got the kids ready, Jason came upstairs and was having some coffee. He was crying and a mess, saying, she left us. She left us. The nanny went on to say that Jason was completely, quote, brokenhearted and that she did feel for him after that initial breakup. Okay, the next big takeaway that you guys need to know from this article is a major altercation that allegedly took place on November 15th. So again, a few days after Olivia allegedly broke up with Jason Sudeikis. So it sounds like prior to this argument, you guys, Jason Sudeikis had found text messages on an Apple Watch that Olivia Wilde left behind. And these text messages were between her and Harry, and they were proving to him that, you know, there was some shenanigans going on between Olivia and Harry before she broke up with him. So obviously that set him off. The nanny claims that he told her he saw text messages about Olivia talking about kissing Harry Styles. Apparently she made a move on him at a cast dinner in Palm Springs. So anyway, on the night of November 15th, Olivia was reportedly home from Palm Springs and she was making a salad. Jason reportedly saw her making this salad with her, quote, special dressing. That's the term the nanny used. So when Jason Sudeikis saw Olivia Wilde making this salad with the salad dressing, knowing she was going to take it to Harry Styles, he absolutely lost it. The two were fighting and yelling at one another. The nanny claims that Jason was filming their entire altercation. Apparently Olivia Wilde kept saying, quote, you're scaring me and I'm scared of you, which Jason reportedly told her, quote, if you're so scared of me, then why are you leaving your kids with me? And then when Olivia tried to leave, Jason Sudeikis reportedly, allegedly, this is a claim from the nanny, laid in front of Olivia's car so she could not physically leave to go see Harry Styles without running over him. Apparently this went on where they were going back and forth from the car to the house, from the car to the house for a little bit. I do want to go ahead and mention that several times throughout this article, you guys, the nanny did say that Jason Sudeikis does have a drinking problem. She alleged that he drank in the evenings and that when all of this drama was going on with Olivia, his drinking increased and so did his erratic behavior. But again, this is just from the nanny's claims and this is just what the nanny is saying. Okay, moving on to the next big takeaway, you guys. Allegedly after this altercation, the nanny claims that Jason and Olivia did try to go to couples therapy. The nanny claims that Olivia was not really making an effort in therapy and that it was really all Jason. Again, he was the one who was really working to save the relationship. Again, according to the nanny, she says once again that he was, quote, brokenhearted the whole time. In addition to that, you guys, something else that the nanny mentioned that is a huge takeaway. She says that pretty soon after Olivia did end things with Jason and obviously was spending time with Harry, that she was still leaving Jason voicemails and text messages saying that she loved him. That's why the nanny says whenever that photo surfaced of Olivia and Harry at his manager's wedding hand in hand, she was absolutely shocked when she saw it. She said, quote, when I saw Olivia holding hands as a couple with Harry, I couldn't believe it. Just a month before when we were in LA, she was sending Jason messages saying she loved him. So it was like, how can she be in this relationship and holding hands with someone else a month later? It was a lot of mixed messages. Now, eventually, once it was clear that things were over between Olivia and Jason, the nanny talks about how she predominantly went on to work with Jason. They actually went to London for him to shoot Ted Lasso. She went to obviously go watch the kids. And then the nanny says the moment things took a really bad turn is when Jason found out that the nanny was communicating with Olivia while they were in London. He apparently absolutely flipped out on her and he fired her on the spot. Now, she does have text messages showing this. She's texting Olivia being like, hey, Jason fired me. What do I do? He's not letting me get my stuff. She does have text messages to back up a lot of what she's saying. But still, she says he fired her on the spot and that she actually ended up having to go to a hotel, which, by the way, the Daily Mail claims that this hotel was like $700 a night. The nanny was there with her dog for a month, completely paid for by Jason and Olivia, not condoning any of their behavior. I'm just saying, it's not like she was kicked to the curb on the streets. She was kicked to a very nice hotel with her dog and was able to stay there for a month to kind of get her things together. However, what she's upset about is when she got to LA, she was not offered any severance pay. She was totally cut off from her career and she's unable to file for unemployment because Jason and Olivia say that she resigned, not that she was fired. So that's really why this nanny has this vendetta. She was fired very quickly. She didn't get a severance. She's not able to file for unemployment. And she says she's upset that she didn't get to tell the kids goodbye. Now, it is very important to note that Olivia and Jason have denied denied all of these allegations that the nanny has made against them. In a joint statement, they said, quote, "As parents, it is incredibly upsetting to learn that a former nanny of our 2 young children would choose to make such false and scurrilous, I've never heard that word before, accusations about us publicly. Her now 18-month-long campaign of harassing us as well as loved ones, close friends, and colleagues has reached its unfortunate apex. We will continue to focus on raising and protecting our children with the sincere hope that she will now choose to leave our family alone." So there you have it, people. The nanny is making all of these crazy allegations. Jason and Olivia are denying them together. The first time we've seen them have a united front since they broke up, essentially. And I just cannot believe all of this information. I obviously have so many thoughts about all of this, so let's go ahead and make this pop-off official and get to the shambong. Okay, I promise I'm gonna do my best to keep my thoughts short and sweet because I know that was a lot of information and I don't wanna keep you guys here too long. But overall, I feel like this article actually paints Olivia in a much worse light than it does Jason. Or shall I say Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis. I don't know why I keep referring to them as their first names as if I know them and I'm talking about my friends. But anyway, I don't know if it's necessarily right or fair that this article paints Olivia Wilde in a worse light because I do feel like society has a habit of blaming women over men. But having said that, I also think that there are some true instances where women may be the ones to blame over men. And it definitely sounds like in this instance, according to the nanny at least, she feels like Olivia is to blame over Jason. And unfortunately for Olivia Wilde, this nanny's narrative and this nanny's, perception of events is unfortunately kind of playing into this overall consensus that's happening right now. And that overall consensus is that Olivia Wilde is a bad person. I feel like people just really feel this way after everything that went down with Shia LaBeouf and Don't Worry Darling. There's kind of been this just like overall vendetta against Olivia Wilde. And unfortunately for her, this article definitely plays into that because we're hearing, Olivia was talking about marrying Jason just 1 month before she started filming with Harry Styles. Then she was sending flirty text messages with Harry Styles. Might have even gotten a kiss from the guy at a dinner in Palm Springs before breaking up with Jason. And even when she was with Harry Styles and broken up with Jason, she was sending him text messages saying, "I love you." Like all of those little details paint Olivia Wilde in a bad light. And I'm not saying that Jason's any angel here. I mean, hello, like I said, this nanny said this guy has a drinking problem. He has some very erratic behavior. And hello, let's not forget he literally laid in front of a car to keep Olivia from pulling out of the driveway. Now, granted, I know he was brokenhearted. He was upset. When you're brokenhearted, you can do some pretty crazy things. I think everyone can relate to that. But I'm just saying, I don't think Jason is innocent. I just unfortunately feel like Olivia Wilde is the one coming out of the situation way more scathed. I don't know. Of course, this is just my opinion based on this situation and this article. And overall, it kind of sounds like they were both bad to one another during this breakup at some point. And again, I know that they deny all of this. They deny everything that the nanny is saying. They're saying that this nanny had a vendetta against them. Also, let's not forget that the nanny was most likely paid for this Daily Mail article. I'm like 99.9% sure she was paid for this article. So we definitely have to recognize the nanny's ulterior motives in doing this explosive sit down and revealing all of this tea. I will say in this situation, I feel like the truth is somewhere in the middle. I feel like I'm sure some really crazy ish went down with Jason and Olivia. Like I kind of do believe that whole salad altercation just because Jason Sudeikis was texting the nanny about it and she had the text messages. Like that is just so absurd that you really couldn't make that up. And then I'm sure there's some things that the nanny was saying that were a little bit exaggerated and wasn't quite the truth. So I'm sure that the truth of how the breakup actually went down is somewhere in the middle. I don't know. This whole thing is just super crazy and I really don't know what to believe at the end of the day because it's so wild. But I will say the one thing that I really do think and really do believe wholeheartedly is that this article is going to just cause even more strain on Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde. First of all, I think their relationship has already been strained with all of the Don't Worry Darling drama that's been happening. And then this article, I'm sure, sure is just going to make things even harder for them, because even if this nanny is lying and not telling the truth, I think Harry Styles is going to have a very, very hard time with there being a public rumor out there that he was the other man at some point, because I just feel like Harry Styles is someone who would not condone cheating. He would not condone being the other man, being someone's side piece. So I feel like just even the fact that someone has planted this little seed in the public, whether it's true or not, I feel like that's really, really going to upset Harry Styles, and he's going to have a huge problem with this. And I do think it's going to cause some major strain on him and Olivia's relationship. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you when it comes to Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis. I want to hear all of your thoughts and feels down below. While you guys are at it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and don't forget that notification bell. For more content, make sure you follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. And of course, don't forget to keep coming back here to check out my YouTube shorts. If you guys want to show me a little extra love, or you just want to make sure I see your comment, don't forget you can hit that super thanks button down below. And as always, you guys can check out all of my merch over at my merch store at houseofhill.com. And on that note, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!